perfection, the abstraction of the senses. Thomas Mann, silence, one of the great arts of conversation. Cicero, piano music, Volume 1 and Volume 2. A panegyric to the great corpus of the contemporary piano. Homage to John Tilbury and reciprocating his penchant for Caravaggio and his atonal minimalism to Brian Eno, and music for airports, and a kind of a subtle infusion of that, but taking it to another place, perhaps another airport, in another country, in another place. But his tinctures are there, his little essences of Eno are there, and also the bridge. Basically, that's like a little tribute to Stari Most in Mostar. I was playing in Luciano Pavarotti Centre, and on a return voyage, we were going back to Sarajevo. Stopped over in Mostar for a cup of coffee, and right before we left, I managed to get a picture of myself taken on the bridge, and later I wrote the bridge as a little homage to Stari Most. Steve Reich. Now, there's two elements here. Supermodel, our little synth pop oeuvre genre tune. We took that and into a kind of a classical idiom and infused it with a little modicum of Reich and his minimalist repetitions. And also, there's a tune called Buxtehude Phase, which basically you could imagine a bifurcation of Steve Reich and Johann Sebastian Bach. We have another, Ode to Wolf Hall. Just a little tad of Philip Glass. One of my favourites, fantastic composer and a fantastic chap. And I sent Ode to Wolf Hall because at the time it was one of my favourite tunes. It's a fabulous little tune. And my bro said, look, anything that you can send me, anything new. So I sent him that. And he was supposed to play that for the man who feeds Paul McCartney. The chap who's got a restaurant in Long Island where Paul McCartney frequents. He was going to play it for him, Joe. So maybe Joe might purchase Piano Volume 1 and maybe play some of it in his restaurant. Lovely fellow. So we kind of continue on our saga with the towards what's called Passio, which again is another little, we're kind of a nod and a wink and a tip of the hat to Arvo Pärt. Back to that kind of liturgical minimalism. Again, tonal and, very kind of, shall we say, almost sacro kind of sacred kind of music to an extent. So, like, we're talking about the kind of the great corpus of the contemporary piano. Again, elements of Steve Reich, who I love, and Brian Eno, who I love as well, and also Philip Glass, whom I have a great penchant for, and also to Arvo Pärt, and kind of, even John Tilbury. factoring all these influences into the equation, and that basically, and obviously there's pop Sense and Sensibilities in there as well, and so it's not just all classical. There's a kind of it's eclectic. Thank you very much for listening.